All right. Another episode of Getting Naked with Nasty. Uncovering the beats with Nasty on the Beats. I am Nasty on the Beats. www.nastyonthebeats.com is what it is, baby. And in this particular episode, we're going to have a little fun. We're going to have a little fun because I love this is not my entrance, but my being in the door of hitting that boom bap that I wanted to. My albums have progressed in different styles of beats that I make. I told you I've done international samples. I've used some soul samples. It's a bunch of different layers that I've gotten into, but I am boom bap to the core. So if some of the beats are a little bit smoother and they don't necessarily give you that feel, trust me, it's coming. You know what I mean? And you get a taste of that as we get into this episode. You get a taste of that from the Congress album. I had a little bit in the David album with War Drunk on Milk. Couple of other ones in there. That's probably the one that has the most bap to it. Boom bap to it. But the Congress album, we open up with a smoother loop joint. And then I come in with it's called Two Gunner Salute. In fact, the Two Gunner Salute might be, if I'm correct, was the first episode of season 1. You know what I mean? And so, bap, so I was in that starting to move into the posture of really hitting boom bap, even if I didn't stay there. And the Art album, which was my album that came immediately following the Congress album, started to pick up on the boom bap. You know what I mean? When I was making the beats, I paid close attention to make sure I get there. Even though there's some loop joints in there, even though there are some beats that have, a different type of sound to them. You know what I mean? I was able to, for the most part, get a lot of boom bap tracks in there, boom bap beats in there. And this is one of those beats. In fact, it's the first one on the project, on the Art album, that really has that hard boom bap sound. You know what I mean? This beat was made. What's unique about this beat? Let me go tell you the name of the beat. The name of the song on the album is "Can't Help It." The name of the beat is Mia, M-I-A, Oh Yes, O-Y-E-S, or Mia, Oh Yes. It would have been Mia Eyes, but I changed one letter, Mia, Oh Yes. So anyway, this beat was made on the night the Congress album was released. I think it was the day after or 2 days after. And it was when we did the release party, the online release party, where we just kind of played the album. And that was a good time for us. It was, it's a celebration for me and Killer to really celebrate us putting the Congress album together. The Congress concept goes back to 1998/99 when we were college freshmen. And I just told you I did an album called 45. He just made 45. He's like a month age-wise behind me. So we're 45. So we're talking when we're 18, that concept was there. It's pictures of it, you know what I mean? We had, I did artwork or whatever. So fast forward till we finished the Congress album. I think his wife's birthday was the day after, so we didn't do it then. I think they went out. So I believe it was the day after. After that release party was done, he goes downstairs and might have went to bed or whatever. I was upstairs because that's where the recording studio is, and that's where the guest room is. So I was actually sleeping there. And it was about right at 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I said, I'm not sleepy. I'm not sleepy, you know what I mean? My MPC was up there. I was like, let me see if I can bang out. And that's what this beat came out. And it was one of those, wow, I'm finna do something with this. In fact, I think I left the next day. But leaving out the next day, I already had the chorus. I had the chorus like in my head. You know what I mean? The mic plugs in, DJs on the wheels. This MC still willing to bust it, and thus I can't help it if you ain't still in the game. He doesn't know this. Dang it. He doesn't know this. So Killer watches this. It wasn't a shot at him, but it was a shot at, it was based on a conversation that we had that was, and it was him and a bunch of other things. I was seeing people talking about hip hop is dead. Pete Rock had posted something where he was talking about, it was just different things that was pissing me off. And for me, it was, when you really say you love hip hop, I understand. Me and Killer talk about this all the time, by the way. The economics of it, what it costs to put together an album together, market it, blah, 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 the financial rewards, deals, all of that, the whole money aspect. But at the core, when you really love something, you do whatever it takes to preserve that. And so this song, Can't Help It, was really about that. Get all the other shit, you know what I mean? Sit that shit to the side for me, especially where we're at today. You know what I mean? So that's where the song was born out of, a conversation with he and I. And it was my way of saying to people who are disturbed by where hip hop is at, I'm not. And I tell the story about different things that come in, that little subtleties. Third verse is talking about how the women come at women who, you know, who are a little bit more risque and sexual. And they try to use that as a flex. Second verse is, you know, people making excuses. You know what I mean? When you have the resources to at least do what you love. We'll talk about how to make money. But don't tell me you love this shit and you can make this shit and figure out the money. Anyway, so that's what the song is about. I can't help it if you're not still in the game, and I can't help it if you don't feel the same. You know what I mean? It's able to be done. The mic plugs in, the DJ's on the wheels. This MC's still willing to bust it. And thus, I can't help it if you ain't still in the game. I can't help it if you ain't feeling the same. And like I said, I think I had that chorus. Like the next day. You know what I mean? Long before I knew an album was going to form around it, it was just the beat that was made. I didn't know what was going to be done with it. So I've talked a lot. I'm looking at the time. I've talked a lot. So let's go ahead and get into this. Sorry y'all had to sit through that, but I had to document that. All right, here we go. We're going to play the sample first. Yeah. All right, here we go. International sample. Here we go. Oh yeah. Or should I say, oh yes. All right. Start with the kick. Oh yeah. All right. Nice good snare. It's got a little cymbal / tambourine in there, a little metal in there, I heard. Oh, we don't have any cymbal. And you know what? There's nothing on the 5. I think I used the bass line out of the sample. All right, let's see what's on the 6. Put that shit on 6. Now, if I'm correct on the... Yeah, okay. Okay. On the 8. Okay. 15. Just a little percussion. A little echo in it. 16. Little tambourine there. All right. Let's turn it up a little bit. All right. Now let's just do drums. All right. So you hear the boom bap, don't you? Oh, yeah. Let's do some percussion in there. I think we're ready. We ready to play the whole beat now. So y'all heard the pieces. That's right, because it's just a 4-bar loop. Can't help it. Here we go. So that's what it is, folks. Another episode of Getting Naked with Nasty. Uncovering the beats with Nasty on the Beats. I am Nasty on the Beats. www.nastyonthebeats.com. Holla!